If you've been watching aviation news lately, you probably have noticed that the FAA's use of delegation is being scrutinized by Congress. Some of the questions asked by our representatives make it seem that using designees is a new thing that has been recently created so the government can abdicate their responsibilities. This isn't the case. In fact, the beginnings of the FAA can be traced back to the Air Commerce Act passed in 1926. In 1927, the first designees were appointed and were aviation medical examiners, or AMEs. The FAA and designees working on their behalf have gone hand in hand since the agency's inception. DERs and DMIRs were introduced in the 1940s, and Congress provided clarifying language in 1950 regarding appointment of designees as necessary, stating the FAA was clearly in need of private sector expertise to keep pace with the growing aviation industry. Shortly after this clarification, the first organizational delegation was created in 1956, or a DOA. Nothing has really changed since these early edicts were made. The FAA still must rely on the private sector to keep pace with the aviation industry. This is why ODA was rolled out starting in 2005, when Order 8100.15 was published, defining the requirements for applying to become authorized. The first ODAs were granted authorization shortly after, and the program fully implemented by 2009. As the number of delegation types grew, so did the complexity of oversight and number of resources to do the job adequately. ODA was created to solve these problems for the FAA by recognizing the expertise and stability an organization offers, and acknowledging that processes lead to consistency, which can be audited and improved like any quality management system. Implementing ODA intended to focus FAA resources on oversight efforts, provide standardization across the industry, and reduce the number of delegated entities.